We are primarily interested in providing a home for people senior in their careers, talented professionals, to re-engage in an intellectual world that chances are they had in an earlier period in their lives in school and perhaps in the beginning of their career, but often the obligations and responsibilities of work take away that opportunity. We really want to create an intellectual home, a place in which you can seek a wide variety of possibilities of learning in a setting in which it's beyond just those of you in the program, in the MPA program, but really you're part of an ongoing institution that includes hundreds of students from in all different fields and from around the world. We also, so one is to create a place that exists like this, a full facility filled with a wide range of students. The other is to create a program that allows for openness and exploration. So while we have 3 requirements that that obligate all of our MPA students, an opening cohort class that is led by Bethany Gotzo, which is on strategic leadership, a closing class on leadership confronted to really push you in terms of thinking about the ways that your career and the studies come together, and then a financial management for those of you who've not had financial management training and who can't waive that financial management, because our presumption is no matter what role you're going to play in any organization, you got to be able to read financials. You got to be able to know what's going on with the money. Beyond those 3 courses, you're open to explore the entire university, mainly obviously here in Wagner, but you're open to explore, and our job here is to guide you, to work with you, to find your own path in learning. For some of our students, that means they take a very focused program in health because they're in health policy and they're going to study mainly health. Others come in here and say, well, I've been working in health policy for years. I want to broaden myself and I want to take from a wide variety of classes. And that's really our goal here. Our goal here is to make our students, our EMPA students feel that the path they've taken is their path, not a path imposed by the university. So the second is the sense of exploration and openness. The third area of what we want to create here, and I think we're doing that, is to have our students find themselves at intersections. In many cases, the reasons that students come for the EMPA program is because they are in a personal intersection, professional intersection. They're moving into a new field, they're moving up, they're looking for something else to do. But I'm thinking of other types of intersections as well. We're very focused here on diversity, all different kinds of diversity, whether it's diversity in terms of gender, race, religion, sexual identity, nationality, that type of diversity, or intellectual diversity. What makes Wagner unique is there isn't a faculty that is like-minded. And that may sound strange. We're like-minded in producing a great program and offering wonderful courses, but we come from a wide range of fields, so that in coming here, nobody owns intellectually Wagner. Many schools, I'm sure you know that, or if you don't, I can tell you, many schools, there's one philosophy, one discipline, one perspective, one ideology that rules the school, and frankly, you don't teach there if you're not part of that. Wagner's the opposite. It is an intersection of extraordinary ideas from extraordinary professors coming from a wide range of intellectual fields and professional backgrounds. You're the beneficiaries of that. So it's not likely that taking one course or another course will necessarily give you the same perspective or even the same techniques, the same models, right? So that you get this sense of richness and possibility. In some cases, that means you choose one professor because that professor is where you want to go versus another. In other cases, you actually want to feel that intellectual diversity. It's also a place of extraordinary diverse life experiences. Certainly within this room, you would find out very quickly you're coming from different places, you're involved in different fields, your professional interests, your focus in life is different, and that you'll get by being part of a cohort. But beyond that, this is a school of local, national, international scope. We are a global university, so that there are many unexpected possibilities of the people you meet, who sits in class with you, the intellectual friends, colleagues you're going to make, right, represent that type of diversity. We are at the center of a great city, a great university in this city, and yet global, international in scope. And so that being here means we want at Wagner and we want at NYU to magnify the possibilities of being in one of the great cities in the world and being part of a global system, a global university. So I think that when we think about what we want in this program, that is what we want. The students we seek for the MPA program, for the executive program, basically come in three areas, and sometimes, hopefully this will apply to you, and sometimes multiple pieces of this. One is people are in senior positions and they realize that the demands of their positions, the ways that they want to expand, are going to need training. And this is a place they're going to come for training. They like the positions they're in. They're planning to stay in those positions. Then there are those who are in positions and plan to move up in those positions. They realize they don't have the training they need. They don't have the depth that they need. They don't have the management skills, perhaps, that they need, although they have the technical skills in the areas in which they have expertise. Or they realize the field is rapidly changing, and they want to be on top of that game, not behind that game. So that these are people who are looking to move, although not necessarily move out of the field they're in, but move in that field to take on more senior positions, and they want to be prepared for that, or they want to have the credentials to move into that. And then we have students who are coming here highly successful in the work that they've done, but they're looking to move into other fields entirely. So we'll have an entrepreneur who comes here having worked in an area and decides that he's really, really interested in climate change. And he wants to come here and get as great a training as he can, and he's going to move into another whole field in climate change. Or a student we have here who has spent his entire professional career in banking, with hedge funds and banking and international banking, but he's always loved the arts, and he wants to run an arts organization. And he's made the decision to continue doing his banking, but he realizes he's in his 50s, he wants something different in his life now for the next phase of his life. We've had students who've got PhDs in a field, they've taught for a number of years in their academic discipline, and they realize they want more. They want to roll up their sleeves, get out in the world. So those are the types of students that we would want to have. What we think what we're able to provide that's almost unique here is extraordinary access. Access to top thinkers. The professors here take their teaching seriously, they take their research seriously, and they take the students seriously, so that you can be part of their intellectual world, part of their research world. But we have really top thinkers, and you have access to them. You have a cohort in the executive MPA program. You have a cohort, and you have access to them. The ways our courses are structured, we work on teams that you wouldn't normally put together because they're coming from different disciplines. You're coming from different professional experiences, and yet you're going to work together, or you're going to hear each other. You're going to be true colleagues as part of our cohorts, but in other classes as well. We want to give you access to New York City so that our professors and our program and our school is set for you to meet some of the top players in local politics and in international organizations. We have a special program of a series, I would say a lecture encounter series that we bring in that is only for our executive students. And again, we try to have a very diverse type of options for you. And it's not just that they lecture, but you actually have time to meet with them, talk with them, engage with them afterwards. In some cases, we've had students who've taken jobs with them. So we want you to benefit from New York City and give you access to the network that we have. So it's kind of a rich place to create, expand networks that you already have, and to deepen and enrich and hopefully put them into places that you hadn't imagined. imagined. That's really what we're hoping for in this program. We have made the decision up until this point to have you here, to have you present at this university. You know, we're toying with the ideas, as are all universities, with online learning, and even with, you know, a cohort program. But so far, we're really committed to this. We have found that the experience of our executive MPA students, by being part of Wagner and part of the university, benefit in ways that you just can't do if you're learning from home or if you're only meeting other executive MPA management type students. So that is what we are. I hope that's an introduction to give you a feel for what we want to be and who we want to be here.